Hello everyone, and welcome to the RNG University. On tonight's episode, Orzhov Control. So, last week I had a whole week of 3 color control decks, and I think I'm gonna do pretty much the same thing, but with 2 colors this week. So I'm gonna try out, first of all, the Orzhov Control style. And I've seen this deck kind of work a little bit left and right in some plays that I've had, and I really wanted to try it out for myself because the meta is super aggressive whenever I'm trying to play a control deck that's a little bit, weaker against the mono red. So I want to make a deck that is strong against mono red and strong against soldiers, but I also want to make sure that I can stand up to the mono black sort of control style. So I made an Orzhov Control deck that's very similar to almost everyone else's Orzhov Control, but with the addition of Path to Peril, which I really like. So let's look at the deck list and talk about what each of the cards do. So of course, early game we have Cut Down. We have 2 Cut Downs to kind of get rid of Thalia. That's really only why Cut Down is in a deck. Everything else we can kind of remove later on because we have 4 Go for the Throw. And also 2 Parasitic Grasp. So whenever anything that is not an artifact, we can go for the throw. Whenever something is an artifact, we could pay 3 to Parasitic Grasp it. But this is also very good against the Soldier deck because we can basically pay 2 mana to deal 3 damage to that creature, and we gain 3 life, right? So we don't get aggro out too early, too fast. So we have 2 Bankbuster for card draw. You notice here we only have 2 Bankbuster. I don't have too many because I don't want to just have Bankbuster stranded in the early game and then get overrun by my opponent. Then this is the best card for anti-invoke. Little did we know. Wedding Announcement, when you play it, you get a 1-1, like at the end of that turn, right? And that 1-1, any Wedding Announcement eats 2/3 of an Invoke Despair. So just on its own, a 3 mana card eats 2/3 of probably the best card in today's meta, and that's why it is in a deck. It's almost every white deck should have it, unless you're doing, soldier, the degenerate things. Wedding Announcement's absolutely amazing, but of course I have to run the Graveyard Trespasser. There's so many Atraxa Reanimator decks out there right now that I think having a Graveyard Trespasser in your deck is just smart. I don't know if there's any other way to stop those Reanimator decks from really hitting off, but Graveyard Trespasser is a good sort of stifle of that effect. Then, of course, I talked about this, Path of Peril. We can remove early game creatures with just 3 mana, or really call for a Field Claim with 6 mana. Generally speaking, I don't think we're going to ever use the 6 mana on the Path of Peril because we have other 6 mana removals, but it is an option that we can have. I also have 1 Phyrexia Arena. I would run more if I have more, but I only have 1 Phyrexia Arena in my collection, so that's in the deck, card draw. And instead, I also put in the Celestus for additional card draw, but those in terms of loot. So if we're going against control, we don't need Path to Peril, we don't need Cut Down. Those could be looted for extra cards in the Celestus. That's why Celestus is so good in almost every control deck, because it's a free reroll of your cards. And then, of course, we have 2 Depopulate to get rid of boards mid to late game, more mid game, and 4 Wandering Emperor to win games, but also the exile creatures that we need to. We have 2 Sorin to just, land 2-3 vampires or additional card draw. 3 Invoke Despair, for obvious reasons. We need to invoke our opponent. I couldn't fit 4 in the deck. I tried my best to think of what to cut. If you really love Invoke Despair, maybe you can cut a Graveyard Trespasser and put in 4 Invoke, but I cannot justify because we have other late game cards. We have 2 Farewell to really get rid of the whole board, whatever we want, right? Creatures, enchantment, artifact, even graveyards, we can get rid of anything. We have 1 Sanctuary Warden to kind of end game with a giant beast stick, and then we have 1 Kaya, Intangible Slayer. If our opponents control and we manage to see them tap out, Kaya is really good because she's hexproof. Our opponent can only get rid of them by attacking, and a control deck really have hard time attacking into a planeswalker. So Kaya is going to be really eyeing them down until they die, right? We can card draw, we can drain life, we can even exile our creatures or enchantment if we want to. Kaya is amazing in a control versus control style, but we got to be very careful about either Invoke Despair or a counter spell. Those are the things that Kaya will die to. So they're obviously good and wrong time to play them, or play her, and that's why we only run 1 in the deck. Now, if you look at the deck list or land list, we have 1 Eiganjo for 5 planes. I don't know why I said 4. 5 planes, 5 swamps, 1 Takenuma, 4 Cave of Coils, 4 Scour Baron, because we need black and white lands, and then 4 Shattered Sanctum. If you look at the land total, we have 24 lands. That's 24 lands plus 1 Celestus for 25 mana source, which is what I like to go with. 25, 26 mana source. Alright, that's the whole deck list. It's pretty standard as an Orzhov control, but I think it's very strong against red. It's not letting me go. There it goes. Now it's letting me go. I think it's very strong against mono red. Obviously, mono red aggro, but we also have a chance against Blue Eye Soldiers, which are the decks I lose the most because they do show up the most. If we're going against mono blue, we're probably just gonna lose. So let's hope we don't see a lot of those. Now this is not a great opening hand, but decent because we have cut down, and since we're going second, I'm just gonna keep. All right, we're going against black aggro. Drop a swamp first so we can cut down whatever he plays. And we'll go from there. Rakdos. Tenacious Underdog. Great. Cut it down. No turn 2 play though, that's unfortunate. Let's see what he does on turn 3. Another Underdog. And then another Okiba. So we're gonna eat his Underdog just so that we have something to eat. At least he can't blitz it next turn. I can't block anything because this is Menace and this is 3, which will kill my Graveyard Trespasser. But we'll just let it go. We're not losing yet. And if he overwhelms the board, we have to populate. So against Rakdos, we're not that afraid. That's a weird card to have. So, do I want to clear out the Tenacious Underdog this way? I don't think so. Is he holding on, man? I don't know what he's doing. Okay, well, now we have Go for the Throat, which does warrant killing the Reckless Stormseeker here. We gain 1 life. Or we can Emperor the Underdog. Both of these will probably go after the Emperor. Well, actually, one will go after the Emperor. I don't know if I want to just use up my Emperor that way. I could go for the Throat the Reckless Stormseeker, right? And then he'll have 5 mana attacking again. That's not that great. Yeah, this is a hard turn. Because I do want to depopulate, but then he'll have a creature after I depopulate. So that's not too good either. Okay, so if that's the case, maybe I'll Wedding Announcement to have a 1/1 blocker. But then his Reckless Stormseeker is gonna boost anything he wants. Oh, this is harsh. Yeah, let's get rid of the Stormseeker. It's too scary. That was a play to not lose play rather than a play to win play, which I don't like to make. I learned this from Hearthstone days, but honestly, I feel like I would get overrun very fast if I didn't make that play. And I do have a Depopulate coming up, so I could afford to hold off a little bit. But now, see, there's 2 Rogue Captains. I can't block these. I could block the Underdog. Do I want to block the Underdog? No. He's got to play something, or my Graveyard Trespasser will flip. Do I have anything in the graveyard? I don't have any creatures. He has 1. So even if it flips, I can only remove 1. But he does want to get rid of the Graveyard Trespasser. Go for the Throat. That's good for me. I think. Discard a card. Phyrexian Dragon Engine. And then he has 4th land. Okay. So I don't like to do this, but I have to. I do give him the Underdog attack. but you know, have to happen. The Phyrexia Dragon Engine can definitely attack me for the kill if he draw another land. Let's hope he didn't. It doesn't kill me, but it does deal like 4. Oh, there it goes. Alright, it does deal 4 damage to me, and he gets to draw 3 cards. Yeah, it was unfortunate our opponent went first. Again, if we get to go first, this would have been a different game. Now I can't even play the wedding announcement because I have to hold up the Emperor. I don't think he's going to blitz the underdog. It would be wrong too because I'm holding up my whole hand here. But he does, and he holds a red. Does he have another play? Phoenix Chick. Okay. Gotta exile the underdog, because they'll keep coming back.
This is what you get for hurting my people.
Ah, that's not a good time for an arena. I'll put a plus. Because I do have the Eiganjo held up. I might be able to use it. I don't know what he has. He has 6 mana. He's got to have something. The Phoenix Chick can't block, so I can't play the arena. I will die just by having it out. It's the worst time to draw the arena. Underdog, though. That's something that I could... Huh. It's attacking me? I could get rid of it, but he draws a card anyways, right? He does 1 to the Wandering Emperor.
Going to go how you think.
I draw the Celestis, which, I mean, I guess it is a card draw. Let's make this a 2-2. Making this a 2-2, how much would that matter?
Strike fast and strike hard.
I can pitch my Phyrexian Arena, but maybe he won't play anything on his turn. He has burn spells. Alright, so this is a weird deck that I'm playing against because I think it's Mishra. He's just using the underdog over and over. Block 1. He doesn't have trample, so...
You should be scared.
What else does he have? He just have land drops every turn. But he gets an extra card draw every turn, unfortunately for me. That's not good. Oh, okay. This is also bad, so... Let's go to nighttime. I don't like to. I would much rather go to daytime. But kind of have to do it this way. And then I will Parasitic Grasp. I have to cleave it to deal 3 damage to this. Phoenix Chick. What did I do on my turn? Could have done it on his turn. Maybe he'll burn it in response. That would be an awkward play. Yeah, he kills his own card in response because he doesn't want me to gain a life. But I'm actually okay with that.
Show them how we greet our enemies.
Because now his underdog can't really come after me. 2 Misery's Shadow. And an underdog blitzed. He's just drawing a card. Thank you for the card draw. Thank you for the free mulligan. And Invoke. Okay, that's a good card. Let's get rid of something in your board, and we'll draw some cards. Sack 1. Oh, that's nice. That's nice. No, we don't have enough lands, so... Do I just make a samurai? I think I do. I'm not really exiling anything.
Let your blade do the talking.
He could blitz this out, so I don't really need to attack him right now. Because this cannot kill the Misery Shadow, and this can, but then I don't have anything to block the Shadow. Or I don't have anything to block the Underdog, I should say. Phoenix Chick, okay, he wants to kill my Emperor. Respectable. Respectable.
Years of training for this.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we can pump the Misery Shadow for a lot. Let's just kill the Phoenix Chick first. And then invoke. Oh, that's a GG. I thought he had some spells, but he didn't. Alright, so yeah, like I said, our deck does have the sustainability against a lot of tempo slash aggro decks. That was an aggro deck that could not get the job done because it was not mono red burn. And I really think this deck can stand up to almost everything but blue, which isn't really good, right? But people in today's meta don't like to play blue because they don't like to think. So we have an advantage in that kind of category. We have Go for the Throw into Path of Peril into Sorin. The only problem is our opponent goes first again, and this is probably going to be another aggro deck. So I will keep, begrudgingly, Plains. Here comes Dahlia. No? Okay, that's a surprise. Is it a control deck? That's 3 Plains. Alright, so it's white, mono white control. Which I don't think we're not good against, but we're also not great against. I don't want to go for the throw an ambitious farmhand, so I think I'm just gonna pass. Should I go for the throw a farmhand just so that I can have a Sorin on an empty board? No, there's no way, right? Yeah, let's Sorin anyways.
Consider yourself fortunate, I'll notice.
One mana spell. We have all 4 Cave of Coilos, so we're really paying ourselves for whatever spell we play, which I guess against mono red we don't, or mono white, we don't care as much. Wandering Emperor? Okay.
I've learned much during travels. Strike fast and strike hard.
That's a really bad play.
These wounds will last.
Wait. Maybe it's something good? I will reveal it, but it's not something good. Where's my swamps?
You wish to know.
This is why we have Invoke.
Very well.
Ow. It hurts. It hurts a lot. Now I gotta discard. Let's discard our... I don't need that many Path of Perils. Roadside Reliquary. That's pretty good. Okay, so... I need +1 again. Jeez. Graveyard Trespasser. Do I want to take 3 and then take 3 more? It's a lot. No, you know what? I'm gonna have to discard.
Dire times call for dire tactics.
To be fair, right? It's a lot of invokes going on. I take 4. Still alive. That's all that matters. Invoke into invoke into invoke. Still alive. Alright, took 4. Let's take some more, just for fun. I don't know. So much non-black mana. This is not fair. This is not fair, guys. This game is against me. Let's get rid of some cards. I think I'm gonna take out the farmhand first. I don't know if you can bring back the... I'll do it. It's still safer. I'm not as afraid of a farmhand. And I need the life gain. So... let's pass turn. This is a human. I can gain 3 life if I wanted to. He can draw a card with the Roadside Reliquary. I don't know. Maybe he has Emperor. But this is going to be 13 damage to him. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Nothing in the world to me. Plus... this is not human, right? This is just regular samurai. How is a samurai not a human? Looks like a human. He's holding up priority with my Sorin. That's an Eiganjo. Do I even want to play Eiganjo? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I'll play the Eiganjo. Otherwise I have to discard a card. I will end turn. Next turn I got the -7 for the 13 damage. I also have Wandering Emperor held up. You can draw a card, but you're about to take 13, so make sure you have something open. Just in case. This draws 1 card. He's looking for Faithful Absence, I guess? GG.
I am the Emperor.
Mono white. I don't know what it was doing, but...
I will protect my people.
I was not drawing my swamps. He was not drawing basically anything. Alright, so that's 2 games down. We were in a commanding lead that game, even though we didn't have any swamps. Right? We had 3 invokes, so 2 was cast, 1 was still in our hand. We were not going to have any problem with that game. Invoke is that good. Invoke is the reason why Mono Black is still in the meta, even though without Invoke that deck is horrendous. But with it, it's almost unstoppable. One goes first still, of course. This time we don't have any white. We still have 3 lands though, I'm going to keep because we have to go for the throw into Graveyard Trespasser. But the Wandering Emperor, I don't know when that'll come out. Oh, there's our other white. So now all I want to do is top deck Invoke. Okay, that's less fun. It is the Skrelv deck. Blow the Contaminator. Good for me. Get out of here, you. Toxic is scary. Slaughter. It's +1/+1 if it attacks. I don't think it's... what? Is a pump spell coming? I have the block. Can give it +1, right? Oh, yeah. It's +1. But then if I just take the toxic... alright, I guess... I don't want to walk into a bad situation here. Make it 4/4. We can take out the Skrelv Hive with Invoke, so we have that going. He's definitely going to get us to 3 this turn. That's the bad part, but we might be able to sustain ourselves with Wandering Emperor just for 1 more turn. Is he attacking with the Slaughter Singer? He can't pump with the Seacore yet, so... what's his plan? Not attacking? Oh, he just didn't attack me. No, that's not how you play this deck. You should attack. Okay. What, does that have a counter spell?
Run away. You'll be safer. Guards, to me.
He probably has a protection spell, which doesn't hit anything. Well, it does hit everything, but I don't have anything that hits him. So, protection spells don't do anything right now. White? Okay, well, I'll play a swamp so I can invoke him. Let me make another 2/2.
May your blade strike true.
Take out his Hive. I mean, he's just going to sack a 1/1. It's not that great of an invoke, it just took out a Hive, but at least I draw a card. This is a 4/4 trample, so I don't know what I can do to kill it. When he attacks, it will be a 5/5 trample, right? Yeah, I don't know what I can do to kill it, but, you know, he's probably going to attack the Emperor. Lots of land, though. That's gonna be my problem with all these lands. Yep, there's a protection for sure.
I'm never done for good.
Alright. Skrelv. Oh, hey, look at that. Let's go for attack first. Whoa. Huh. That's interesting. Oh, there goes your board. That was a good top deck for us. And GG, get out of here, stupid toxic. Alright, we won 3 games with 3. Who knows? Apparently, Orzhov Control is the best control. Deck is so strong, guys. I don't really know what else to say. I do think this is a very strong deck. I definitely think this deck overperformed today, right? It's not 100% win rate all day, every day, but you can see that we have a lot of sustainability in this deck, and it does go the distance against basically any deck that cannot stop what we're playing, which sounds crazy, right? It's like that phrase really doesn't mean anything because most decks you can say that, but the problem with that is most decks do not or are not able to stand up to opponent's onslaught, whereas in this deck can. We have a lot of things that gain life, like Parasitic Grasp, Graveyard Trespasser, Wandering Emperor, a little bit of life, but it is sustainable in the long run. But we also have a lot of removal. Cut down, go for the throne, Path to Peril, Depopulate. Basically, we have enough removal to wait till we get Invoke Despair. And when we do get Invoke Despair, now we have removal plus card advantage at the same time. This deck is that strong. Now, I do want to add a caveat to exactly what I'm saying about this entire deck, and that is we get stopped by counter spells very easily. Our impactful plays are Invoke Despair, our impactful plays are Kaya, our impactful plays are Wandering Emperor, and most of the time it's easy to counter those spells because they involve a lot of mana, right? So with that said, I do think this deck might struggle against decks like Grixis Control, where their Make Disappear will give us a hard time, and if we end up landing Wedding Announcement or Graveyard Trespasser, they probably have their invokes to make us get rid of those. So in those situations, we are definitely gonna be on the back foot, but against almost every other deck, which is all over the meta, right? Every deck I see in the meta is aggro in the style of Burn, in the style of Soldiers, or in the style of Toxic. So every other deck, we do have sustainability, and we have a good chance against them, as we saw today, right? It's a very strong deck, and I do recommend you play it because it's actually very fun to stomp your opponent who's trying to aggro you. Alright, that's all I got for you today. Thank you very much for joining me, and I'll see you guys next time.